If you ever feel frustrated with the fact that you literally haven't achieved anything, feel that there's something inside of you, just this little thing that's just preventing you. You want to get rid of it, right? You really want to get rid of it, but you don't know what it is. You don't know how to get rid of it. Then this video is for you, because I was in that same situation literally a couple years back. And now that I know these 3 things, I've gotten so much more closer to my goals. I've gotten so much more closer to my dream life. By the end of this video, you'll be left with exactly 3 things that block you, why are they blocking you, how you can remove them from blocking you, and finally achieve your dream life. First of all, you need to figure out what exact things are blocking you in your life. So the first thing are your fears. The second thing are your limiting beliefs. And the third thing is the fact that you probably have just not created clear enough goals to actually get to where you want in your life. Let's first figure out why these 3 things are blocking us in the first place. So let's start off with the first one. The first one was our fears. When you're about to take this action, there's so much fear. You're scarce, you're fearful, and this fear is preventing you from getting into the growth zone, into the discomfort zone, right? Because if you always stay in your comfort zone, if you never step into discomfort, you are going to be the flat line. You are going to stay as a flat line. And any growth that you want in your life comes out of this comfort zone, comes from getting out of your comfort zone. If you want to grow anywhere in life, you need to face your fears. You need to know the fact that you have this fear, right? You have this fear, and despite this fear, you are going to take that one small step outside of your comfort zone, because you know that once you step outside of this comfort zone, you know that once you step out of this ring of comfort, that is where true growth is going to happen. That is where you're going to get closer to your goals. You're going to get closer to your dreams. How do we ignore the fear, take the action, and actually get to where we want in life? You figure out, first of all, where this fear is coming from. Why do you have this fear in the first place? Was there some experience you've gone through in the past that could have cultivated this fear in the first place, right? And then I want you to really feel this fear. Actually feel yourself being scared. Like, yeah, you know what? Accept the fact that you're scared, and you're gonna take action regardless, because you know that this is something that you want. This is something that you are aligned to. This is your desire that you are aligned to. You're taking action upon this thing that you want so bad in your life. In your head during this analysis, right? Create a pros and cons list. If I'm held back by this fear and I don't take the action, would I be getting closer to my goals? Would I be getting closer to the dream life that I have for myself? And if the answer to that is no, if you're blocked by this belief and you're not getting closer to goals, then you need to push through this fear. Feel the fear and push through and take the action regardless. You prove yourself wrong. You prove this fear wrong. So then immediately after taking this action, you'll realize that, oh my god, there is no point to having this fear in the first place. And now I can actually let go of this fear, because this fear is no longer serving me. Because you have to understand that this fear is here to serve you, and this fear is here to protect you. You took the action, you proved yourself wrong, and you realize that this fear is no longer serving you. You can get rid of the fear. And so that was the first thing, was that the fear that you have within yourself when you're about to take an action, you will be prevented by it if you don't understand the fact that it's first of all here to serve you, it's first of all here to protect you, and if you don't push through, you won't be getting any closer to where you want to be in life, right? And so you really got to keep that in mind and take the action regardless. Really a hard thing to do. I'm not saying it's easy. Nothing's easy, bro. But if you are willing to put in the work, if you're willing to take the action regardless of the fear, despite the fact that you have this fear, if you're willing to actually put in the work, put in the action to get to where you want in life, you're ahead of 99% people. The second thing is your limiting beliefs, right? And so this is also pretty tied to fear. Let's say you're about to push yourself out of your comfort zone and actually strike up conversation with people because you want to become more of a social person, right? But if you have the limiting belief that you are not a social person and you're not meant to be social, do you think that you would allow yourself to actually take the action of becoming a social person? No. The more you think that, oh, I'm so antisocial and I literally cannot talk to people, I literally cannot talk with anyone, I'm so antisocial, I'm so nervous. If you always think negative about yourself, if you always are in this negative state of mind, it's going to prevent you so much from taking that action, right? And you need to realize that you have these thought processes in the first place. If you don't realize the fact that you have this limiting belief within you, then you're going to be frustrated with yourself every time you neglect to take the action. Every time you don't take the action, you'll be so frustrated with yourself. You'll be like, why am I not taking action? What's preventing me? I don't understand. Why can't I just do it? Why am I so lazy? And you'll create all these identities and negative beliefs about yourself, right? Creating more limiting beliefs. And then it's a downward spiral. If you can identify the fact that when you take an action, you have a limiting belief associated with it, then it's so much more easier to, first of all, clear this limiting belief, take action despite this limiting belief, and prove yourself wrong to cultivate a new identity and cultivate a new belief about yourself. So because limiting beliefs and fears are pretty related, the solution to actually clearing limiting beliefs and clearing fears within you are pretty similar. And it's just like a similar process to before. You have to take the action despite having this limiting belief. And then once you've taken the action, you need to create a new belief about yourself, right? So again, with the situation of you wanting to go out and talk to more people because you want to become more of a social person, right? So when you push yourself out of the comfort zone and take the action despite this limiting belief, despite the fears that you have, then you actually grow as a person, and you actually can finally create a new identity for yourself, right? So let's imagine you actually went up and talked to that person, you took the action despite having that limiting belief. Now you can say to yourself, I'm a social person. I'm able to have conversations with strangers. Oh my god, that is so amazing, right? And so you have a new belief within you now. After taking that action so many times, after talking to so many people, you'll realize that the belief you had before no longer serves you. It's completely untrue, and you can now let go of the belief. That was the second thing, was limiting beliefs, and that is preventing you from taking action upon your goals. And so the third thing that could also be blocking you is the fact that you haven't set clear-cut goals. All your goals are extremely vague. There's no substance to this goal. There's literally imagine you have a goal of, I just want to lose 10 pounds. I just want to get healthier. I just want to get this. I just want to get that, right? So if you keep creating all these vague goals for yourself, your mind has no clue on how to get there. Or it probably knows, but since you haven't written it down clearly, then you make excuses for yourself. And because you make all these excuses for yourself, you never actually take the action to getting closer to that goal, right? Once you've cleared up all these beliefs about yourself and fears, once you've cleared all that out, you need to take a look at your goals and you need to verify if they're actually clear, tangible, specific, detailed, and attainable. You need to make sure that they are actually all of those things, because if they're not, then you're going to come up with excuses to not take that action because you didn't clearly define the action you need to take. And so because you didn't clearly define the action you need to take, then if you take a half-assed action, you'll be like, okay, well, I did it. I drank a glass of water, okay, I'm done. I'm already a healthy person, duh, right? You'll be like that, right? When that's not actually the thing that's going to get you to your goal. And then you'll also create excuses for yourself, right? You'll be like, yeah, I walked 5 steps. That's enough. Bro, no, right? You need to make clear-cut goals. You cannot just keep having goals that are vague. Break down the big, giant problem into small little steps. And once you can break it down into small steps, small goals, small micro goals, micro habits, micro steps, then you are so much closer to getting to that goal because you've done 90% of the work. You've cleared out your beliefs, you've cleared out the vagueness, everything is clear-cut, there is no resistance, and it's smooth sailing. You've done 90% of the work after this. Now it's just a matter of time, taking consistent action, and then realizing those results. So if you want to literally achieve anything, if you want to get rid of this feeling, this weird feeling that's preventing you, then you need to realize what out of those 3 things is it? Is it your fears? Is it your limiting beliefs? Or is it the fact that there is nothing concrete and you just keep making excuses for yourself? Once you've realized it, you need to create a plan of action in letting go of these limiting beliefs, letting go of all of these limiting beliefs and fears and the fact that you literally have not planned out and created concrete action steps to get to your goals. Once you've started to realize that and started to let go of everything with the steps that I've provided below, which is literally just taking the action, just literally a tiny little bit, taking the smallest step of action and proving yourself wrong. Once you can start doing that, you can start building up identities, you can start letting go of these fears, and you can start creating a positive, upward spiral. And then once you create this positive upward spiral, oh my god, life is gonna be so much more easier. Like, of course it's still gonna be hard, but it's gonna make things a lot easier. Trust me when I say this, the upward spiral makes things so much more easier. If you guys found value in this video, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know the one piece of advice that you're gonna take action upon today. And check out these other videos that you might also enjoy. And I'm Crisha, and I will see you next week.